My state is Rhode Island. It's kind of funny because I chose this state because the company I work for, our sister company, or our Death Star, if you will, is in Rhode Island. So I chose this state just kind of give me some insight there. I will be visiting there in November or December, so this is kind of interesting to go through. But Rhode Island, the biggest issue is trafficking there, just due to the fact that they are near ports. So they're the ocean state, so they're near the ports, and the biggest thing for them is opioids right now. So fentanyl is a big one for them. It's actually used in the more urban areas like Providence. Providence is their capital. They have the length of Rhode Island is basically from my house to where I work. So I live in Payson to Salt Lake. I work by the airport. So it's about 50 miles wide, 50 miles long, roughly. So for a state that's not that big, opioid epidemic is pretty bad there. It is used by both men and women. More of the youth use currently marijuana. So marijuana is recreational in the state of Rhode Island. So more juveniles are using marijuana and things like that. So it's rather interesting to see how something that's been regulated but is now recreational is misused by the youth, but not properly used by the adults that can use it. So it's quite interesting. So fentanyl is the number one cause of death for drug overdose in Rhode Island. Methamphetamine and cocaine are the following after that for adults. So it's interesting to see that is the those are the go-tos for those. So the ages there for people that have overdose are in between 20 to 50 for opioid overdose. So it feels like after the students get out of high school and they've had their fun with cannabis that they go on to something different. But it's quite interesting to see that. But criminal activity, they did reduce their charges for like a possession charge of marijuana type of thing. But if you do have synthetic opioids, then they will prosecute you. So it's interesting because Rhode Island is next to the ocean, and there's several states next to them within arm's reach. So we have to also think about the interstate law and how if we're traveling from Rhode Island with drugs, how we're manipulating that, and they're getting caught. So that's I think Rhode Island is a good base for trafficking because of that, because of the closeness of proximity. So it's just more, I think it's more geographical as well. I think the ease of getting those types of drugs there, especially right there on Oceanside, it makes it hard to control. I know that we say that it's easy, but I think that when you travel by water, it's less regulated, and there's plenty of time for you to hide things on your way to port. So but yeah, so the biggest thing in Rhode Island is opioids. It'll be interesting when I go there to kind of see these urban areas because I will be traveling to Providence. So I'm kind of excited to see Providence, but and then I can compare it comparatively to Salt Lake as I'm up there all the time. I get to see the homeless population and things like that, which is heartbreaking in downtown. So it'll be interesting to compare the two big cities together.